Hey, it's Chris. Hope you are wonderful. It is Tuesday, July the 23rd. As you can see from the background, I am still in Cooperstown, New York, I think for one more day. So thank you for dealing with any audio or audio or video issues. All right, so today I want to talk about something really interesting. So I was reading a piece in Politico this morning about how the Kamala Harris campaign will look different than the Joe Biden campaign. And the thing that struck me is there's a quote from a Democratic operative close to Harris who says the electoral map is going to be different. That her strength is not in the Midwest; it's going to be in Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, and they throw Pennsylvania in there too. Now, that's really, really intriguing because I think, as I've said on these videos, the way that I had looked at the Biden-Trump race is that, yes, there were 6 swing states, right? That's Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and then Nevada, Arizona, Georgia. But that those 6 states weren't created equal, that the last 3 I just named, Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, seem to be sort of slipping away from Democrats, whereas Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania were still pretty competitive. So 2 tiers. This from the Harris campaign, now let's see if they actually, make good on it. But if they do, this is a sort of flip, an inversion of that. Basically saying, well, Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia plus Pennsylvania are where we're going to make our mark, and Michigan and Wisconsin maybe are a little tougher. I don't. Okay, so let me first walk through why they think that. So Harris is an African American woman. There are presumably she will, they believe, overperform in places like Arizona and Nevada, and especially Georgia, which has a huge black population, and may struggle in whiter states like Michigan, Wisconsin, to a certain extent Pennsylvania. I think I get that logic. It is true that Harris is doing better among black voters marginally at this point than Joe Biden was. Interestingly, her numbers among Hispanic voters, which she will need if she's going to win Nevada and Arizona, are not better than Biden's, at least at this point. Trump has actually made inroads among Hispanic voters, particularly when matched up with Harris. So, I think that's more of an idea than a reality right now, that she's much more competitive in Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia than Biden was. But if they put their money and their focus there, maybe she will be. I will say, if they can win those states, it does open up a few more paths for them. If they can put those states back on the map and maybe keep Michigan and Wisconsin on the map as well, it is a broader map. In my mind, really, the Biden path had narrowed to win Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Don't lose any states you won last time other than Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia, and you get to 270 electoral votes, which is not a big margin, but it is a winning margin. If Harris can put Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia back on the board, now her path opens more. I still think, though, that you can't walk away from the Midwest. I just think that the Michigan and Wisconsin, and I do think I'm going to lump Pennsylvania in there, even though I know it's not the Midwest. So don't put it in the comment section that it's not the Midwest. I don't think you can walk away from those states. I think a Democrat has to win Pennsylvania. Is Harris better suited to do that than Biden? I would say marginally less. She's less well suited. Biden was born in Scranton, had a very close affinity there, was known in the Philadelphia media market because he ran in Delaware for so many years. He's just a much more known commodity in that state. So I do think the sledding will be harder for her in Pennsylvania. Let's see what it looks like in Wisconsin and Michigan. I think both of those states, particularly Michigan, looks good, generally speaking, for Democrats. I think that's a place where Democrats should win. Biden won by 150,000 votes there in 2020. But again, I do think, let's watch if the electoral map is actually going to change under Harris. I actually was on TV last night with a Democratic strategist who said North Carolina is now in play because of the African-American vote is significant in that state. Harris is going to win it by a lot. I still don't buy that. I still think North Carolina is a bridge too far. And look, I still think Trump could put Minnesota and Virginia in play, right? I mean, there's polling that suggests both of those states are competitive. I think Harris would run a little stronger than Biden in Virginia and a little weaker than Biden in Minnesota. But we'll see. Not enough polling in these states yet to know the answer. But keep an eye on where Harris spends her time and her money. Those are the two most valuable commodities of any campaign. So look where she's going. If you see her going to Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia a lot more than she's going to Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, that'll tell us what we need to know about where they see their path to 270 running through. All right, that's it for me today. As always, I ask you to do a few things. I ask you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. We're at 32,000 subscribers. Want to get to 40? Just hit that subscribe button. It's easy. It's free. Like this video if you can. Comment on this video for the algorithm and for our community, and tell 10 friends. That's 10 friends about this site and what I'm doing, making videos every single day about politics, trying to make them fun, trying to make them informative. All right, everybody take care.